Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the KULT Divinity Lost role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The scenario is His Last Hope. It was written by Magnus Cedar, and it's part of a collection called Screams and Whispers. Our game master is Zane Fleming, and this is episode 3. Our recap will be given by Ray Lopez as his character Ursula. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Ray?
Thank you. The crow's nest, it looked like hell when we got there. I was already a little shaken up from the trip up. I was feeling reality slipping away from me already. Michael was able to find a key and open the door for us. The key being his muscles and a tire iron. We went into the house. We started searching for Thomas, and apparently we were searching for Jared too, because someone thought he was in there. And this place looked like somebody had been squatting in it. Exploring through the house, we stumbled upon a shrine to us. It was pretty creepy. We found a locked room. I tried picking the lock. I was shaky and I was slipping. Ralph was nice enough to out me as an addict to everybody there. I'm sure they probably already knew, but thanks, Ralph. As we explored further through the house, we found some writing scrawled on the wall. And the writing started making me feel worse. It was obvious Thomas had been in the house to me, and he'd been stuck there for a while. I was starting to fall apart. I opened up a little bit to Ralph about how I was feeling. I hope he wasn't too judgmental. Ralph and I decided to go check out the shed. The shed looked like a bad horror movie. We went back into the house to try and help them open the locked room that we had found earlier. But the room was already open. We stepped into the room, and there was a mystery door in the middle of the room. If everybody else wasn't sharing the same illusion that I was sharing, I would have said I was tripping my tits off. As we walked through that door, I completely lost my shit. I was done. I didn't even know what was going on anymore, what was real, what was unreal. We wandered into a dark playroom. It had a picture of Gabby on the wall as an angel and a picture of Ralph on the wall as a devil. And it said Ralph's Truth. Ralph's Truth was pretty disturbing. I hope the rest of our truths aren't as disturbing. As we left that room in hell, we walked down a hallway. Arms and faces were grabbing at us. I was pretty sure I was completely lost at this point, but everybody else was seeing the same things I was seeing. And then we saw the waiter from Grover's at the end of the hall. That's kind of weird. I wonder what that is.
Cool. So yeah, you guys just got out of the hallway with all the arms and the faces and everything, and I think some of you guys took a little bit of damage and whatnot from that. And Gabby, you just saw the figure going around the corner.
Yeah. Did you all see Sam? What the fuck is Sam doing here? I've gotten past that, I'm gonna run forward and look around the corner.
Yep. Yeah, sure. So you kind of you've gotten through the arms and everything, and run forward. You get to the corner, and you go down. Turn the corner. Just a long white corridor, like everywhere else.
Well, I'm going to stop there and wait for the others.
And I'm going to approach and I'm going to say, where the fuck are we?
I don't think we're in the house anymore. We're somewhere else.
Is this hell?
It seems
Maybe.
like hell to me.
It's hell to me.
Maybe it's purgatory. Maybe we're being tested. Are we dead?
I don't feel dead.
I don't remember dying.
I've died before. This isn't what it feels like.
Well, let's all stick together.
That's a good idea.
All right. Let's continue on. What the hell would Sam have to do with this from the cafe? Could he be the one that's orchestrated all this bullshit?
You think he might be Tommy?
I think we would have recognized him.
All grown up?
Yeah, pervert might have a point.
Hey, I'm sure you've got your dark secrets here too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
I don't think any of us have secrets as
And-
dark as yours.
Yeah, I'm. Now, is she still glowing to me if I look at her?
Oh yeah. You're still like bugging out. You can barely.
All
look,
right.
Yeah, you're struggling to look at Gab for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons.
Look, I haven't done any great things either, so
I can't explain. There's really no explanation for that,
I can explain. You're a horny man.
I guess.
Horny, lonely man.
He's our friend,
Yeah.
Gabby.
Lonely. Yeah.
He's still
mean-
our friend.
Well, you're not that
Not just,
different than 90%
you know-
of the other men out there, so
I found a way to work without leaving the house. You know, the internet's wonderful, and I live on the internet. I don't go out.
yeah, you need to get out of the house a little more.
I just don't really mesh with people well. And you guys, I really meshed with, you know, when we were a kid, you know, in school. And you, Gabby, I'm sorry. I've always liked you.
All right.
Like,
We'll talk about it later.
all right.
So, which way do we go, folks?
Is it left or right?
It's just
Left, right.
at the moment.
it's just
it is
straight?
just a direct corridor down. Yeah.
Looks like it goes on forever. Let's just keep going.
All right.
So you guys start making your way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to stay close behind Michael.
Michael. Okay.
I kind of look at him as a rock of some sort of stability right now.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's fine. Cool. So I'm assuming that Gabby, you're leading the part, like leading the way.
If Michael will let me, I'm kind of pushed ahead.
No,
Okay.
But
I will.
I kind of
let you.
feel like jumping behind Michael if something jumps out at me.
Yeah.
All right, if I can see that, I'm just gonna go.
Okay. So Michael's leading the charge.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good. And then Ralph, again, you've still got that kind of, even if you wanted to not follow them, you can't stop
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Is he
Yeah.
being dragged on the
Have to.
floor?
No, I mean he would be if he wasn't actively walking after you guys. If he just stopped, then yeah, he would be being dragged after you guys.
I'm gonna
But only
grab
he can
Ralph.
feel that.
I'm gonna grab Ralph by the hand and tell him, "Come on, just stay with us.
All right.
You're our friend."
Thank
Ursula grabbing your hand, Ralph. It's like it's like the closest thing to an affectionate touch you've had since, like, you know, your mum was still alive. and
Yes,
she used to show you affection. Yeah.
I try not to
and-
think of all the places his hand has been.
Don't worry, I wash my hand. I wash my hands.
So yeah, you guys walk for what feels like 15 to 20 minutes. It just like you're just constant walking. There's no difference
straight line.
in a straight line, and then eventually, you finally come to another one of those metal doors that like kind of the big sealed ones that you went through before.
Does it say anything?
Nope.
All right, let's open it up then. I'm just gonna crank it, right? The valve.
Nope. Yeah. So you you crank it open, and directly ahead of you is it looks like a hallway, just like a normal your general suburban house hallway.
Does it look familiar?
No.
I look inside.
About, you'd say, maybe 10 steps into the hallway. You can see that there is something on the floor. Looks like a piece of paper.
Piece of paper, folks. I'll pick it up and look.
Cool. So you go up, and sitting in the middle of the floor here is a newspaper article describing the disappearance of 12-year-old Thomas and the massacre of his foster parents.
Just give us details on what happened or what they think happened.
Yeah, so pretty much what you knew as a kid is what it describes. They believe that some attackers sort of came into the house, slaughtered the foster parents and the two kids upstairs, and kidnapped Thomas. His room showed signs of struggle and everything, and they speak about how police and local people from the town searched for him for months, and then eventually he was pronounced dead.
I'm going to pick the piece up. I'm going to pick up the paper and fold it up neatly and put it in my pocket.
Yep.
So we've been walking all this time, and all we've found is this door and a piece of paper. But this house, does this not look familiar to any of you? Could this be Tommy's house?
It might be. Do we see any furniture or furnishings?
Like I said, there's like side tables and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like it looks like a lived-in proper house. But it's not sparking any, like it's not anything. You
Right.
guys
We've never
remember
been in
from-
his house. So.
Well,
No, not that
Michael and I got a look inside when we saw the blood in the hallway. We got as far as the hallway.
you looked through the front
But-
door. You never entered
Okay.
the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see if there's any side rooms or if there's any doors.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm gonna go to the table and snap a leg off.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you go over, as you go over to where the kind of the side table is, and you start to kind of look at that. You do see that there's like another piece of paper pinned to the wall, and as you look across, you can actually see going down this hall there are other clippings
Okay.
from newspapers, and they all seem to be press cuttings of other murdered families and cases of assault, and they're scattered all over the walls.
Mhm.
And then there's bits of twine starting to link them up.
Now, is
So
this
it goes down
before
the
or
road.
after Tommy's family was slaughtered?
There's some before, some after.
Okay.
Could you
And
be
they're
trying
from
to
all
tell
over
us
the
this?
country. Sorry.
They're from all over the country, and they're not like almost like they're not like 100% exact and everything. Like there's differences of what has happened, but there's they're similar enough to make you guys go.
It wasn't an isolated incident, then.
It looks like
Tommy's-
he's been trying to figure out who the serial killer is.
Yeah.
And there was only family killed, one missing. That's the link there.
Yeah, pretty much
Always
like,
one missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boys, girls, various ages. Yeah.
Always one kid missing, huh?
Yeah.
Why is that? That's just weird.
I mean, we're from the real world, right?
Yeah.
It's like that movie. You know, that movie where there's always one kid missing from the house?
Oh, what was that? I remember.
Sinister?
something. Yeah. That's weird.
Really weird.
I see Michael just has a table leg. I gave him the hammer I'd picked up in the shed.
I trade you the table leg.
I've got a crowbar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the crowbar. Yeah, crowbar.
I figure
Do I
you'd be
still
able
have a poker?
hammers are
Yes.
sturdy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still got the
Okay.
poker. Ursha's still got the axe.
Thanks,
I had-
Ralph.
I had
No
handed
problem.
the
Just don't
axe
use it on me,
to-
man. Please.
I had
Oh,
handed
I
the
won't.
axe to Michael
You will.
right towards the end last time.
All right, so I've got a hammer
okay.
and an axe.
No, you got a crowbar and an axe. Yeah.
I'm
And now
gonna,
Ralph has got a table leg.
I'm gonna try calling for him. Tommy, are you here?
No, there's no answer.
Still no answer.
But you can see at the end of this corridor, there's just like a normal wooden door. You know.
Okay.
Are there any doors along the corridor?
Yep.
Should we take the first one on the right and see what's there?
Yeah, stick together one by one.
Try the first one that we come across.
Yep. It's a bathroom. Yep.
All right, I'll open up the door. I'm dual wielding a hammer and an axe right now.
Yep. So you open it up. It's the first door on your right. It's just a bathroom. There's like the kind of the bath shower combo sort of setup. There's a toilet in the corner, and then just a small basin with mirror and everything. Couple of
And
toothbrushes
looking in the
and
mirror, what do I see?
you see your reflection.
Let me see through the illusion then, if you'd allow me
Okay.
to.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you
Give me
qualify
a
for
soul
that?
roll.
Do I qualify for that?
Don't you have to have a trauma or something that it's
Do I have to be at critical stress?
To see through the illusion when you suffer a shock, and so you don't have.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not like you've got to have something sort of the
happen
kind of thing
to
like
you.
if Ralph wasn't already seeing through the illusion when he saw, it's the kind of thing he'd be like,
How about can we
Good.
observe the situation?
yeah, sure, you can observe the situation.
That we can do.
That's what I'm going to do as well.
Okay.
But I could see through the illusion, right? I'm technically broken.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to see through the illusion then.
I mean, you're already seeing through the illusion.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what?
You're constant, like you're at a point now where you're seeing things kind
All
of
veils are tossed aside.
pretty
I only
much,
get-
yeah.
I only got a 9.
Cool.
Okay. So you get to ask a question, but get no bonus from it. And so what was your question?
And I
Gab?
might attract unwanted attention.
Maybe.
What am I missing? What's being hidden from me here?
Specifically in this room.
Well,
In the
I feel
bathroom?
like I'm supposed to be looking for something. Yeah. No, not in the toilet, in the hallway.
In the hallway. So it looks like possibly whatever happened to Thomas hasn't been an isolated incident, which I think you guys kind of managed to gather
Yeah,
that
figured that out.
sort of already yourself. You while Michael's gone into the bathroom and seems to be looking in the mirror, and the others are kind of near him and stuff, you find an older newspaper clipping that's set quite a bit before Thomas went missing, and there's a photo of the child that went missing, and you sort of squint at it, and lean in a bit closer. And you reckon if you added probably about 50 years to that kid, he'd look a hell of a lot like that hobo that came into that room and gave you guys that last letter.
And that's the kid that went missing.
That that article, that's of one of the kids. That look you're not 100% sure. And as you kind of lean in a bit closer to kind of try and see if you can like quite get it.
Right.
The kid's image grin kind of moves out, and the skin starts to age and everything, and and then you are looking directly at the aged hobo.
Okay.
In the
Do I need
picture.
to keep it together?
Yeah. What do you think? You're playing the character. You reckon that's scary enough?
Let's keep it together. At 13.
Okay. So yeah, you.
Yeah,
I'd probably say scared. So what, -1 stability, you become scared.
Yeah. I'll become scared and I'll drop my stability 1.
Okay.
Oh. I didn't realize I was so low on my stability.
Ursula, you also didn't observe the situation. How did you do for roll?
I rolled a 10.
You got a 10, okay. Which
Same
means
thing.
same thing. Yes. Yeah, so no, you get to ask a question, but yeah, there'll be less bad impact.
I was probably a little more tuned into the washroom that we were kind of standing in the doorway of.
Sure.
Is there anything in this room that is connected to what we're moving towards? Or is this just like window dressing?
Yeah, you'd probably say that whatever's in here isn't significant to like. You're not going to find pertinent things in this. It's just a bathroom. You're not sure where this house that you're in, like what it is, but this doesn't seem to be anything of importance. There's nothing. It's not like the bathroom that was in the crow's nest where it was like soiled and used. Like this, it's just a clean, basic suburban home bathroom.
So I'll say that to Michael. Michael, this is just a shitter. There's nothing in here.
All right. Well, let's keep going.
So it looks just like a bathroom when I look in, right?
Yeah.
Since I see through, there are no illusions anymore for me. All right.
Yeah, no, it's literally just a bathroom.
Guys.
You guys go back out into the hallway, and Gabby's standing at the wall, and she's white.
What's going on?
Oh, what happened to you?
What do you see in this picture?
Step away. You're kind of blinding me. Every time I look at you, it's like this big white glowing light I can't see. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to look at the picture. What do I see?
See a picture of a young boy, probably 9 or 10.
See a little kid, missing kid.
A missing kid.
That's what I saw at first, but doesn't he look like the hobo that gave us the ticket? I mean, gave us the note. Now, to me, he looks like the hobo, and he's smiling at us. The picture.
Well, in that case, it doesn't look like a kid to me, and I smash it with my hammer. Looks like a target.
Maybe there's a connection between these pictures on the walls.
As Michael kind of goes up with the axe and slams it down into the image, the whole room starts to shudder, and all the bits of twine that are holding, like all the images, go ting, 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 and they'll kind of break off.
Oh,
and
what did you do?
The wall and door behind you that you guys first entered through slams shut, and the walls start to slowly kind of rumble in, and the door at the back sort of starts to disappear out of the gap.
We have to run forward. That's
Yeah,
our only
run.
choice.
I'm going to
This is
scream
like
and
one of
run
the tracks
forward.
in one of the D&D games I ran. Remember those?
Yeah, not time to
Heavy
reminisce.
almost got
Let's
killed
go.
at one time. All right, hustle.
So you guys get to the end of the hall, and there's the like just the basic white door, wooden door. It's starting to the walls. You guys are almost having been forced to run single file now.
Can I try the door?
Yep, it's unlocked.
I swing it open and jump in.
Yeah, dive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So in this room, it's pitch black, except for there is a single light that just seems to be shining down on an oak, like one of those really ornate oak desks with like the green leather top. And there's like a high back Chesterfield chair, and sitting center of this desk is an Adler 1938 model Favorite 2 typewriter.
Is there any paper in the typewriter?
Yep, there's one single white piece of paper.
That's the typewriter that was in the room with the
Ouch,
shrunken
yeah.
heads.
No, that was in a separate room.
What's on the paper?
As all of you kind of looking down at the paper, ching, 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 you guys can hear the things going, and it comes up and it says top left drawer.
I'll open the top left drawer.
Inside is a brown stained folder, like a manila folder. Yeah.
I'll set it on the desk and open it up.
Inside there is photos of all you guys when you were kids on your bikes, during the summer, like eating conic candy outside amusement parks. You can see one of the photos from when you guys went to some like fair or something. Thomas is holding a big teddy bear that he won, that you guys remember him winning in a prize. These are all kind of photos of your guys' childhood and just being like back when things were easier, when you guys felt, last time a lot of you probably felt normal.
And
Do
all
you
of us
wonder
are
at
in
all,
these
like-
pictures.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
All of you, yeah. This is
So who the
photos
fuck
that
is taking
you
the
guys
photo?
That's
I was
exactly what I was
thinking
gonna
that.
say.
Yeah.
Who's taking the photo? Who's not in the pictures?
Oh, like
I mean-
some of them you'll see like Ursula's hand like up like this. Like
Oh, okay.
they're not taken in a way that you guys are
Being
like,
spied on.
Someone's
Yeah.
taking photos of us. Like no, it's
The-
like photos you guys have like posed for and stuff.
Oh,
Do they
you
have timers back
You
then?
remember taking
for,
these photos.
Yeah,
Do they have timers for cameras back then too?
they had those since the 30s.
Way back in 1999.
So, somebody could have put it on a timer, and for some of them.
No, it was us.
You guys remember?
I remember
Like you
taking
guys-
this one.
Yeah.
Tommy, what are you
Ursula-
trying to tell us? I yell out.
Maybe we can write him a message on the typewriter.
Good
That's not a
idea.
bad idea. I'll.
Who wants to-
What do you
okay.
want to say? I'll sit down at the typewriter.
Maybe we should say we're sorry for.
Yeah, we
All
tried
right.
to find you.
Tommy, we're really sorry. We thought you were dead. We were trying to find you. We didn't know you were alive.
Also,
What
tell
can
him
we do to help?
Can we
and
do?
quit being a shit.
There's a pause, and then the typewriter starts to go again, and it kind of comes back up, and it says, "This folder, these photos, these were the only things the jackals would let me bring with me."
Jackals. Who are the jackals? I'll type that.
The jackals are the ones who were lost, the ones who were forgotten, the ones who were abandoned.
Are they with you or against you?
We're against you.
I don't know how to answer that question.
It doesn't, and nothing happens.
Or it's complicated.
No, that's what he types. He says, I
Oh.
don't know how to answer
Oh.
that question.
Where are we? How do we get out?
You're in the labyrinth.
Just straight long corridor. It's not much of a labyrinth. But, I won't argue with you. Tommy, are you here? Can we see you?
You must face your truths before you can save me.
Well, let's go face our truths then.
Okay.
I don't know if I can do that. But let's go.
We're
Look,
here.
Ursula, we're all human. There's nothing that we haven't done that a million other humans don't do, including videotaping people and watching them and fantasizing about them and masturbating and all that other stuff. So,
The typewriter chips up again and it types away and, then,
Blackmailing.
and it goes, Michael doesn't do what normal people do.
Well, I already knew that.
And a door, sort of almost like an elevator door, kind of comes up out of the black. And then it's like you hear the ding of the elevator, and written on the elevator doors is Michael's truth.
I'm going to tie
Aha.
back before I say, regardless, Michael's our friend.
I said that once.
Well, whatever it is, we'll face it together. I'm going to step into the elevator.
I'll step in with him.
Cool.
Me too.
It's
This
one of those,
time I
like,
think- I think as I step into the elevator, I'm going to step over by Michael and I'm going to put my hand out to hold his.
Mhm.
Because it's fucking scary.
Okay.
Cool. So the elevator starts to go down. That you're not sure how many floors and things like that. It goes down, and then there's a bing, and the doors slide open, and inside you can see what looks like an old gym. So there's like, you know, kind of training weights, equipment, and and stuff like that.
Michael, before
And-
we step out of the elevator, is there anything you want to tell us?
All I can say is how I grew up, you couldn't appear weak, or else the world would eat you alive.
All right.
And that some of the people that I hurt, they had it coming.
Okay.
Okay.
So we step out. I step out.
Cool.
Me too.
I step out with him.
Give me all of you. All of you can give me an investigate roll.
Okay.
6. Do I have to take any off for my
So you're still
stability?
following you're still following.
So that
your
was like
stability stuff,
minus
yeah.
4.
I got a
yeah, I
14.
got 2. I got
18,
2.
Michael, Cat.
12.
Am I ever going to run anything besides a 9 tonight? I got a 9.
Okay, 9.
Grab different
So-
dice.
Michael and Ursula, you hear this pretty clearly. Gabby, you just hear what sounds like it's just like intermittent thuds. Ursula, you hear. You've probably been in like enough shifty drug dens and stuff like that. You know what it sounds like when fights. You know the sound of like meat and bone hitting each other. Michael, you definitely know the sound. and you can hear the sounds of almost under every kind of thud, you hear a groan or kind of something else underneath that. Ralph, you don't hear anything.
All right.
What's going on?
Show us the truth, Michael.
I hurt people.
And remember, this is all in our minds. Obviously, it's past. It's not real. It's not going on right now in the real world.
It
You beat
feels
people
good
up.
to hurt people.
I can understand that. It feels good to hurt people sometimes.
So they can feel how I feel.
Who did you hurt?
People who signed up for it.
People who signed up for it.
Is this Fight Club?
Yes.
Wait, we're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
That's the first rule.
Show us.
Let's go.
I'm following behind
Excellent.
Michael.
As you kind of go further into the gym, the sounds become clearer, and you go around the corner, and you see Michael wearing kind of your standard boxing attire, with like the boxing boots and shorts. Instead of wearing gloves, he's literally just got his hands taped. And instead of a boxing bag, there's just another boxer chained up to the ceiling, with Michael literally just pounding in blows into his. There's like broken bones sticking out of his ribs and blood gushing. His face is so swollen up and everything like that. Over in one corner, there's about 5 or 6 other men, boxers. They're just like lying there, very clearly dead, blood and pus just coming out of their wounds, festering for a while. Finally, Michael just kind of rears back and clocks this guy across the face, and you clearly see the jaw snap and dislocate as it swings down, and you just see him as he unhooks this one, lobs him over to the other corner, and goes over to a door, opens it up, and drags another guy out who's begging and please no, don't. I've got a family, I've got kids. Please don't do this. And Michael just spits in his face and lifts his hooks him back up, and then just starts blowing into this, and the screams coming off this man as he's begging Michael profusely, and just Michael just has like a sweet ecstasy on his face as he just lays these epic blows into this man's body.
I'm going to turn away from that, but I'm going to turn towards Michael. Did you get paid to do this? Are you like mafia or something?
What do you mean they signed up for this? They signed up for this. How do they sign up for this?
Ralph, give me a... Actually, Ralph, you know that Michael used to do, he would sign up to boxing matches and stuff, but that wasn't necessarily the problem. The problem was once he won, he didn't stop. And that was why he even got kicked out of that stuff.
Oh,
You know that from your stuff. Yeah.
All right.
The same reason he got denied for military.
He doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah. He enjoys the violence too much.
Is Tommy saying I should change? This is
I don't
all
know.
I know.
But so far with Ralph and with you, Michael, seems like all of this could be handled with some good counseling and some therapy.
You need help, man.
You just need anger management therapy. I mean, a lot of people do that nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, you said I was sick, man. This is sick, man. You need help.
Give me a keep it together, Michael.
Okay.
Because that's pretty rich coming from Ralph.
Oh my! I
I was
rolled
trying to think of
19.
that too.
Yeah, well,
Shut
What
up,
did you get?
Ralph.
I rolled a 19.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez,
you.
good.
I mean, yeah, you managed to.
I was thinking I wanted to confront myself.
Okay.
Can I do
yeah.
that?
Yeah, sure. If you want to get, yeah.
Because those words actually mean something coming from my childhood friends. So I'm gonna put my hand on this caricature's back, on his
Cool.
shoulder.
He stops, and by all means, step in.
No,
As you look, as you're looking at the this guy who's already that he's swelling up and things. There is a moment where it's hard to not step in. You remember this guy. You
Yeah.
almost killed this guy. This guy hung up here, and the whole time he was begging you. He had wife and kids, and he's like, "You've won." He was. People were trying to pull you off him, and you just kept. You know, this particular guy is now he's a vegetable. He's he's alive, but really. So yeah, you and there's but the thing that's troubling you the most about this is you still want to hit him. You still want to finish the job.
I'm using all my strength to stop myself from having this enjoyment, and I say, no, that's not me anymore. Starting now.
And the other you just okay, yeah, you keep telling yourself that, pussy. Your dad was right. You're a weak piece of shit. And he just starts going back into laying into this guy.
Well, how about you fight someone who can actually fight back?
And he's still wailing into this guy on the hooks.
Yeah. I'm gonna resist the urge to clock him. Actually, I'm gonna roll for that.
Yeah, sure, man. Go for it.
I rolled a 17, so
Resist.
I'm gonna walk away from the situation because I have my friends and this guy doesn't.
Was that under coolness? Act under pressure?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys walk away. You walk away and just sort of let this guy continues to wail into the sky.
I'm just
You
gonna
guys can all
sit
hear
down.
the screams and everything.
It's okay, Michael.
all right, man.
We've all got problems.
Michael,
Yeah.
I don't understand hurting people, but I understand that look on his face.
Now, when we were kids, would we see Michael with bruises and stuff at school? Like signs that he was being beat on by his
You beat
dad?
up on kids at school, I'm sure.
No,
You have to start somewhere.
no, you would never. No, you never saw like no, you never saw. It was probably his dad was more emotionally brutal to him because
Oh, okay.
yeah, his dad probably knew if he ever laid a hand on him that his mum would leave him. So he never hit Michael, but for Michael, he almost probably wishes that his dad did hit him.
Words are enough.
Yeah, words are more painful sometimes than hitting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's just it's 2 down. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So who are we going to come to next, Ursula or me?
Michael, you kind of step to go forward, kind of to go back to the elevator, where you came in, and as you kind of get a little bit further away from them, you feel like a pull back, like pulling you, like like you realize you're not able to kind of go as far away from this group as you had in the past.
Okay.
Something sort of stops you.
We're in this together.
So
Looks
what
like-
can I tell you about my past? Mine's more sad and pathetic than anything else. I wanted to belong so badly that I rejected the people that that raised me in order to become a goth and to following that path. And then I fell in love with a guy, Jared, that really, really was abusive. He made me, dress the way he wanted me to dress and go where he wanted me to go. And even after, truth is, he dumped me. I didn't dump him. And I still, for a long time, wanted to get back together with him. And when I saw him today, there was still part of me that wanted to become part of his life again, despite the abuse. And I hate myself for that. But maybe other than that, I don't know what it's going to show you.
The elevator doors, ding, and they open back up.
Ursula, you got anything to confess? It's like we're going to church and confessing.
Well, Ralph already confessed all my stuff.
Sorry about that. I thought it was obvious.
You're all right, Ralph.
Drugs and alcohol, I got into that stuff too, so that's not a big deal. All right, so we get back on the elevator.
Oh. The doors ding closed. And it goes up, opens back up, and there's the white corridor.
So we need to walk along it until we find either mine or Ursula's door. I don't get what this is all about, though. I mean, it's like, who does Tommy think he is, making us confront ourselves? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're just.
What does any of this have to do with what happened to him?
I don't know. I wish Tommy would just show up, but he says that we have to do this before we can rescue him, whatever that means. It's like we're in a really bad Twilight Zone movie.
It feels like it.
That might not be his rule. It might be
I think
somebody
from now
else's rule.
on, I'm going to make sure that Michael notices that I'm highly sympathetic to him at this point.
Okay.
I'll smile and I'll give you reassuring looks.
And I'll try the smile back. I got your back.
I guess we just got to wander. So
Yep.
let's wander.
So you guys just walk down the corridor. This time it's a bit different. There you get to that you can go directly forward, or you can go left, or you could go right.
What do you all think? Right, left, forward?
Left.
Forward.
Do I hear a right?
Sure.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Left sounds good. The left-hand path.
Okay.
So you turn left and you walk for maybe 5-10 minutes, and you come to another metal door with the seal.
All right, here we go. I'll open the
And
door.
crank that.
Yep. You open up this door, and similar to the room that had the desk and the chair, it's pitch black, and there's just a light just flicks on, shining down on from here it just looks like kind of a jumbled mess of rusted metal.
I mean, I'll walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on a desk or is it just
No, it's on the
a
ground.
pile on the
It's
floor?
a pile on the ground, yeah.
The heck is this? Does it look like car parts or?
As you get closer, you realize that everything's covered in like soot, like there's been a bit of a fire or something. Yeah.
We smell
as you-
anything?
As you get closer, you notice like, oh, that's a wheel. That's a handlebar. And then you start picking. These are your bikes.
Somebody
Bikes?
burned our bikes?
Dismantled.
What?
Like 4 or 5 bikes worth of bike parts.
Yeah, there's the 5 bikes.
What
They're not
do we
dismantled. They're just like in a
remember?
pile.
What do we remember happened to our bikes?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you used to. I mean, that was the main form of transport back then when you were kids. You're around
Right,
town.
but I mean, what eventually happened to them? I mean, it.
Probably you don't know after you guys all moved out of town. You know, some of you might have
stuck in a
Gabby,
garage and just never ridden
Yeah.
again.
No use dwelling on the past.
No, we should think about the future once we get out of this nightmare.
Yeah. I've got some changes to make, that's for sure.
Well, I'm going to walk around it and see if I notice anything significant. So what's that? Investigate?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
9.
Well, I got an 11 and then it's reason -2. So 9. I got a 9 again.
Oh.
So I don't know. My question is there anything significant to this pile of burnt up bicycles?
Michael made the comment, there's no point dwelling in the past.
Mhm.
And you said, look to the future. Even before those words came out of your mouth, something didn't taste right about them. Because you realize the whole reason you're here, the whole reason you came back is because of your past. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have come to look for Thomas and save him if the past didn't matter to you, if the past wasn't important.
Well, I'm not saying that the past isn't important, but we can't change the past.
Learn from it.
Yep.
We can learn from it. Hell, we've all made mistakes, but none of us are that old.
No.
We've still got
That's still have time to change.
decades and decades ahead of us in our lives. Let's just resolve that when we do get out of here, we will stick together.
Yeah, all of us.
The situation, Ursula.
Observe.
Yeah.
Eight.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. No, that's not. So while all this is kind of going on and they're discussing all the stuff, you start remembering things from, life for you was definitely much better when you were back in this town and had your friends and stuff. That's when things started to go downhill when you left. And sort of, I was almost, without even thinking about it, you kind of reach forward and touch one of the bikes. And all that joy and everything from your past, just you get flashes of riding your bike through thing and roasting marshmallows on the bonfires you guys make. You remember sharing your first kiss with Ralph. You remember when you scraped your knee. Tom, bandaged your knee up and everything, and all these happy memories come back, and you regain 1 stability.
Ooh, yay. Out of this pile of bikes, can a bike be freed from the pile? I'm going to try and...
Yeah, no, they're fully intact. They're just covered in soot. Like they're not dismantled or anything.
Well, if I see her pulling her bike out of the thing, I'll do the same.
Yeah, I'll grab my bike too.
I'm a little too big for mine, but yeah.
Why are these all sooty though?
Schwinn. Mine was a Schwinn. I don't know. This place is weird.
As you guys pull your bikes out. Yeah, you guys, the same happy memories of being kids. Like all the good, like you realize, like you'll have all these, like, oh, I don't know why I came back to this town and stuff, but there were good times. And sure, you got picked on, but you guys were there for each other. You were there for each other more then than you are now. You know, Ralph, you were less of a pervert. You know, Gabby, you know, you embraced your weirdness and your kind of gothness, and like it was almost better being different within this group than being amongst more people that were like you. You kind of felt more lost being in the goth scene as you were older because you were exactly the same.
Right.
Whereas back then when you were a kid, you were unique, you stood out, you know, Michael, yeah, you know, your dad was a dick, but your mum was amazing. You loved your mum. You had your friends. The white hot anger that kind of sits in you constantly now was never there. That was stuff that came later. Things were good when you guys were kids. You didn't have it perfect, but no one does. And you all gain one stability.
Cool. So I'm at unhinged.
I was at unhinged. Now I'm at irrational.
So do I gain one and then another one, or just
No, just the
just
one.
the one? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to walk around with this bike, but it's nice to see the bike again.
So we put it on, kick down the kickstand, and just have it there. Proud.
Are there any
And
other?
I'm
Any
gonna
other
look for
doors?
Tommy's bike. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Tommy's bike here.
Tommy's bike is there.
and we'll put that up against ours.
Them all together in a line.
As you lift up Tommy's bike and kick the kickstand off, and the soot sort of drops off it. Another light flicks on off to the side, and you guys see it's a wall, like a wallpapered wall, but there's 4 holes that have been like drilled into the wall at about eye level.
Gotta go up and take.
I'll walk over there.
Ralph, don't stick your dick in that
Yeah.
hole.
Got an eye level. Let's do a handstand.
I know you're thinking it. All right. Yeah. Let's go up and take a look through the hole.
Cool. So everyone goes and looks through one of the holes.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So you look straight into what looks like a kitchen, and you see sitting at the table in the kitchen, young Thomas, and sitting in seats around him is there's 2 slightly older kids that look like siblings, and then Tom's foster mum and dad. You guys remember seeing them around town, and everything seems quite, you know, there's a roast kind of getting pulled out of the oven by the foster mum and everything, and the foster dad starts dishing out potatoes, and everything seems quite happy.
Is Tommy wearing what he was wearing the day that everything happened?
The day you guys got chased?
The day that the police came.
No. He's wearing clothes you guys recognize, but not specifically like, you know, just before everyone's about to dig in, Mrs. Donna goes, no, wait. She goes over and she goes over to the kind of the cabinet and pulls out an old Polaroid camera, and she's kind of sets up to kind of want to get a photo of the whole family. You guys see as she pulls it out, you see Tommy visibly flinch, and then kind of settle himself. He kind of grips the side of the table and just kind of takes a breath, and then they they sit down and the photo's taken. They sit down and they've said their prayers. And as they're starting to eat, Thomas's foster father says, hey, Tommy, why don't you bring any of your friends over for a sleepover on Friday, huh? And Tommy visibly stiffens. Just he visibly like kind of goes taut his neck and everything, and he says nothing. Father says, hey, I'm talking to you, Tommy. I asked you a question. Why don't you bring your friends around? Listen to me, damn it. And Tommy he stays completely silent, and he just, you can see every muscle in his body just going taut. And it's like this perfect idyllic family scene in a flash. The foster father flips the table, runs across the room where Tommy is, grabs him by the scruff of the neck, and pulls him into the other room. You see the foster mother, the two kids get up and leave. The foster mother goes over and collects the Polaroid camera. And she exits the room after where Tommy and his father went. You guys can then hear out of sight the begging cries of Tommy and the sound of the snap of a belt and the sound of Polaroid photos. And then you hear, you guys are probably old enough to hear it, to understand what it is. You definitely hear the sounds of Tommy getting molested.
Michael, can we break through this wall?
I'm gonna start pounding.
We
on the
got to
wall.
stop this.
This is wrong.
I'm going to use my thing to.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All of you guys, everyone who wants to, give me some violence.
Hell yeah.
No.
18.
18. Nice.
So 8
15.
and my
I got an 8
violence.
that time.
Okay.
Maybe Tommy was trying to protect us by staying silent. No,
Smash my violence. I got
You
a
do
9.
remember he never wanted you guys around his house ever.
Now, does it look like the Polaroid camera we saw broken at the house?
No, but it
Okay.
that was a Polaroid camera.
Similar model. They're all pretty much
All right.
the same.
So yeah, you guys just start wailing on this wall, all of you. And I mean, obviously, Michael, you're doing some good damage. And eventually the wall kind of falls back, and there in front of you there is a door. And
So
on
we're
the
not
door-
looking. We're not in the house or the kitchen.
No. In this one, there is I take that back. There is the kitchen, the door off to where Thomas was dragged and everything, now has written on that door in the blood, Ursula's truth.
Ursula's truth. What the hell?
I'm going straight through that door without even stopping to think about it.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that Thomas is on the other side of the door.
Yep. So you open the door and you instantly walk into. Now you instantly recognize this, Ralph. You probably have a pretty good idea what it is. Gabby and Michael, it might take you guys a few minutes to click, but this is a hospital corridor.
Okay.
And there's a door directly in front of you. Ursula and Ralph, you guys, this is the psych ward. This is the,
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
Your pill bottle in your pocket, Ursula, it starts to like rattle.
I'll pull it out.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you can. It's like rattling. You can. No one else can hear the rattling of the pill bottle or anything. It's just you, just kind of shaking away. It's like almost like something's trying to get out.
I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna open up the pill bottle
Yep.
and maybe dump a couple of the pills into my hand.
You pop it open and you kind of shake it out, and a bunch of just cockroaches just land in your hand and kind of scurry down. You guys do see the cockroaches. And they kind of they hit the ground and they run off to a door directly in front of you guys.
Yeah, I'll drop the pill bottle.
You okay? That's
Um,
gross.
Give me a keep it together roll.
keep it together. Okay, instead of a -2. Oh, great. 3.
Okay. Yeah. So you are gonna lose. Okay, I'll explain this out and then let you know how much stability. So you're standing there. You see the cockroaches kind of go towards this door and then like kind of go underneath the gap, and you guys see 2 orderlies kind of come around the corner, and they unlock the door in front of you guys and head in, and you guys as the door opens do get a glimpse of a padded room, a padded cell. Yeah, that's what you get a glimpse of. Is that?
Can I go quickly forward and look inside?
Yeah, there's a window in the in the thing. As you kind of look in, you can see Ursula, a bit younger, probably like late teens, early 20s. Still probably more closer to what the young Ursula you remember. She's got no makeup on, and her hair's kind of a bit messy and things like that. And she's wearing a straight jacket and very kind of that like distant look in her eyes. You've seen enough people drugged up, Gabby, that you know. And the 2 guys that have just gone in, the orderlies, you can see them starting to remove their belts.
We can't do anything. They're on the other side of the door.
Are you
I can bang on the door.
Yeah, I'm trying to smash the door as well.
Ursula, how do I put that? You remember this night. I mean, like, you remember glimpses of it. It's probably something you don't want to remember per se in a lot of things. When everyone else goes to the window, what's your reaction to that?
I'm not going to the window because I probably already know what I'm going to see.
This happened to you?
Yeah. Ralph, you remember, you kind of looked and you kind of did a bit of a deep dive into your friends, so you were able to kind of track this down.
That it actually happened?
So yeah, the reason you know that Ursula was raped was that hang on, we'll play this out and then I'll kind of let you know more in depth in what you had. But Gabby and Michael, as you guys bang on the door to try and kind of heft it open, the 2 guys don't seem to react, but Ursula sort of kind of looks up and kind of makes eye contact with both of you through the window, and it's like a moment of realization, and you guys can almost see, like, seeing your guys' faces, it's like she has a glimmer of hope, like someone's going to stop this. And then the 2 men go down, and she starts screaming and trying to obviously pull away. And you guys watch as Ursula
And we can't break the glass, or
it just everything you try, you can't seem to force it open. Ralph, so obviously that there was the things. This was all trying to be swept under the rug, kind of. But you found it through your hacking and everything. That Ursula ended up pregnant, and they had to abort the baby, and they just basically drugged up Ursula even more than she already was, which like permanently damaged, everything. So that Ursula's like how she is now because of everything that happened pretty much in this stuff.
I'm not going to fill everybody else in on that.
So just so people have an idea of the image, Michael and Gabby, you guys are up at the door trying to hammer and get in there. Ursula and Ralph, you guys are a bit further back. And Ursula, you're just obviously shaking, and you're going to lose 2 stability, Ursula, for being back here in this moment.
That will put me at broken.
Yep.
If
cool.
I can do this, I'm pulling the flask of vodka out of my pocket, and I'm going to take a drink.
Yep.
How about if I turn around and try to help her hinder?
Yep. How are you helping?
I'm going to try to talk her.
Yeah.
From losing so much sanity.
Sure.
So what? In this case, it says plus attribute. Charisma?
Yeah, sure. What do you like?
I'm trying to keep her. Let's see.
Are you like what? Just role play it. Like tell her what you're gonna.
Yeah. I'm like Ursula. We didn't know, but you're not the first person to get raped. We want to kill these people right now for what they did to you. We're on your side.
This wasn't anything you should be ashamed of. This
It's not your fault.
Well,
We're here for you.
there's nothing I could do.
There's nothing you could do.
I was too weak to.
Ursula, give me a keep it
Why?
together with a +4.
+4?
Yeah.
I rolled a 16, by the way. First success.
13.
13. You gain, so you don't lose that 2 that happened because they came in to help you. And you're going to gain 2 stability.
Up from where I was at irrational.
Correct. Yep. So you're going to go up 2.
All right.
Your
We
friends
need to
came
stick
your-
together.
That's the only way we're going to get out of here, I think.
The angels need to be the angels again, and we need to get through this. And I'm gonna say, Tommy, we're getting a little sick and tired of this. Can we get to we want to save you. Where's my stuff? Let's get through it.
Let's go.
I'm going to hand my flask of vodka to Ralph. Do you want a drink, Ralph?
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you, Gabby. And I'm going to give Gabby a big hug.
Let's go.
Cool.
Okay, after you're done with that, Ralph, I'll take a swig.
There you go, man.
All right. And then Gabby?
I'm sober now for I'm not gonna I think I have the strength to say no. But
Good for you. Good for you.
Okay. I hand it back to Ursula and I say, got your back.
You have for the first time in a long time, you've got no interest in taking that bottle back.
Yeah.
I don't need it. Michael, if you need it, you hold on to it.
I'll pour it out.
Good for you, too.
Toss it to the side.
Yep.
We don't need that shit.
And yeah.
So let's march down the hallway and see if we can find my door.
Cool. Yeah, as soon as you go down the hallway, there's another door. Just like it's one of those kind of push doors of like no, it's the other side of the, no one allowed past this thing. So you go through it and you're back in the long kind of white corridor thing. As you get into this, you go in a few steps in, you get to another fork. There's kind of four. There's the way you've come, left and right, and directly ahead. To your right, the corridor sort of ends, and there's like a black darkness. There's like it's like where the lights are sort of no longer there. And you go, there's like as you kind of get to this crossroads, you guys feel a gust of wind come down from that side, from that end, and you'll smell burnt flesh on the wind.
Ooh.
And all of you get the feeling, get a sense of something approaching.
From that direction?
Something coming.
What's down the other corridors?
They're just straight up corridors. On the wind as well, you also hear, very faintly, it's like a whisper on the wind. The Gatherer. He is coming. He's coming. And you guys all feel a fear. Even you, Michael, all of you feel a fear hit you. Whatever's coming down that corridor, you want nothing to do with it.
Oh, shit. Is there any way out of here?
Well, there's two other corridors we can go.
Well, let's go down one of the other ones.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of this.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's pick up the pace.
Yeah.
I'll stay in the back.
Are you going forward or to the left?
We'll go forward.
Awesome. All right. As you kind of go along, after a while, the smell of the burnt flesh is gone and going along, and then you see, as you're going along, you realize that there's you come to another four-way crossing, and the walls and the floor here are roughly painted with pictures of men and women being tormented in multitude of different ways, and the images show children as the tormentors. So there's men and women getting tormented, but the children are the ones that are doing the bad stuff. That's sort of what you're seeing on these four, like this kind of four-way exit that you've come to.
That's nasty. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. Which way? Just forward?
I'd say just keep going forward unless we have a reason to turn.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
You guys run for a bit and then get to another one of those doors.
All right. Open it up.
Hopefully it's my turn this time.
You go in and it's again black room, light flicks on, and then in the center is just a single mirror, just like a full length kind of standing mirror.
I'll go up and look in the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, or mirror, mirror in the middle of the room.
As you get up to the mirror, Gabby, you walk up and you're wearing a skin-tight latex dress, very short, fishnet stockings, your high boots. This is the way Jared wanted you to dress. This was the way that you dress. This is everything. As you're looking at this, the image of yourself back then, Jared steps up behind you and puts his hand around your waist and kisses your neck. And, you know, there were moments when he was soft and kind and tender like this. And there's a part of you that misses these moments and this sort of thing. And as you're thinking that, you feel your arms start to burn. And you look down out of the mirror, you look down and the tattoo, Jared, your red's just skin, just red, and then blood starts to peel down, and then back on your arm is the tattoo, Jared.
And is Jared behind me at this point?
In the mirror, he is.
I'm just going to look in the mirror and say, I'm over you, dude. And I'm going to turn away from it and walk away from the mirror.
All right, give me a keep it together roll. Is anyone you guys looking in the mirror can see that exact same image. You see the same. You see Jared coming behind. Does anyone want to do anything while she's there?
Guess what I got?
Well,
A 9.
I want to walk up to Gabby and I want to hold her hand. And I'm going to say to her, all those years, remember the first time we went to the crow's nest? I wanted so badly to talk to you and kind of admit how I felt about you. And I wanted to say that I really, liked you, maybe even loved you. And I wasn't strong enough then, but it hasn't changed. And I'm here for you now.
That gives you a +2, Gabby,
on
your keep it together roll.
Oh, that raises it to 11.
Cool. So it's going
Say, look,
you
Michael.
11.
I was a girl. How old was I? 11?
You guys were 12.
12. I was 12. I was a 12-year-old girl. I didn't know what I wanted. I really liked Tommy. And Tommy liked me. This is the ring that he gave me right here. Mm-hmm. The thing is that I liked all of you. And I liked teasing you because girls do that. I mean, we could have ended up together just as easily as anyone else. And we would have looked back and laughed on the fact that I used to tease you all the time. I teased you when I met you today or yesterday. And
yeah, you did.
And it was like, it felt good to tease you.
It was like old times. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if I hurt you.
Sorry. As this is kind of going on and Michael's kind of giving you that support and the whispers and that Jared is giving you in your ear, like I forgive you, baby, come back to me, and that kind of stuff. You feel his pull and his power starting to kind of fade away. And as this sort of happens, the mirror shatters.
I was going to throw the thing at it anyway.
Yeah. Cool. All of you, give me an avoid harm.
Oh, from the shattered glass?
Yes.
I wonder if I'm going to roll a 9. I'm getting new dice.
I rolled a 4.
17.
Oh, wait, what is the void harm? That's
reflexes.
Reflexes.
Okay.
You got a 4, Mike?
12.
And it was a 5 with the modifier, but
okay, 5, and then Ralph got a 12. Ursula, you got a
17.
17, and Gabby.
Well, my reflexes are +1.
Yeah,
and I rolled 8. What does that give me? That gives me a fucking 9.
Yeah. Okay, so
this is my most unlucky game of all games that I've ever played.
So as Gabby and throws the poker at the mirror and it shatters and everything kind of sprays out, almost sort of as a bit more of an instinctive thing. Michael, you sort of grab Ralph, who's behind you, and kind of try and shield him with your body. You used to do this a lot when when you guys get picked on as kids. Ralph was the smallest. He was the gun. So it was like an instinctive thing. You'd protect Ralph. So you kind of turn and put as much of your body in front of Ralph as you can. Ralph, you get a couple scratches just across your like cheek and stuff like that. Michael, you just got a hunk of like glass mirror sticking out of your shoulder from where the mirror shattered. Ursula, you were probably a little bit more behind, closer to Ralph and behind Gabriella. So Gabrielle took the brunt of what probably would have hit you and everything. So you kind of got away scot-free. Gabby, you've also taken a few cuts and gashes, and your arm, the tattoo's gone, but your arm is still bleeding from where it kind of was, where the mark was. So both okay, cool. Gabby and Michael, you guys are both going to take 1 point of harm of wound. So I think, Michael, that puts you on 2 now. You've taken 2 hits.
Yes.
I'm on 2 as well.
Yeah. Ursula,
I'm going to try to patch Michael up.
And Ralph, you're okay. Yours weren't significant enough to take a full thing. Cool. And through this mirror, where the mirror was, there's again, it's sort of like a blackness, but you can see at the end of it, there seems to be some form of light. There's like a light at the end. If you look on the other side of the mirror frame, you can't see it. It's only through the space of the mirror. Frame. And you can see, again, probably about 10 steps in, there seems to be something sitting on the floor.
I guess that's our new door. Let's go through. I'll go through first. I'm closest.
I'll be right behind her.
I'm going to get some of this glass out.
Be next.
I'm
trying to tend to Michael getting the glass out and
Thanks, Ralph.
bleeding.
I mean it.
No problem, man.
Cool. So you go in, and you went in first, Gabby. What do you want to do?
Help the others come through, because it's narrow. And then if we're standing in the dark room, we'll head over to whatever's in the middle of the room.
Okay. Yep. So you head forward, and the thing on the ground as you get closer, you bend down, and this is what you see.
Tommy.
Yep.
Alive, dead, asleep.
No, it's a Polaroid of Tommy.
Oh.
Young Tommy. Yeah.
It's a picture of Tommy.
Would basically be the match to the Polaroids you guys got in your letters.
Yeah.
Does this mean we're closer to finding him?
I
think so.
Guess we're always closer to finding him. The question is was Tommy here all the time, or was he also invited the way we were invited? Because why was Sam here?
Yeah.
Is Sam a jackal?
Yeah, good question.
I don't know what these jackals are yet. Is
Me
it
neither.
a group of people that have been
Like a cult?
abused?
Yeah, like they slaughter the rest of the family and save the victim.
Still, how are they doing all of this? I mean, this is really weird. Are we all tripping balls or what?
I don't think we're dreaming.
This is feeling like a dream.
Well, let's go to is there another door in here?
No, like I said, you guys can just actually, as you kind of look back up to where the light was. This I'm not talking like a hanging light. I'm looking like
just
the
light.
exit of a tunnel type thing.
Ah.
You realize that scattered along the floor, there's seems to be more Polaroids.
Okay.
There's more as you go along.
Did
Oh,
Gabrielle
God.
pick up the Polaroid of Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, no, just pick it up.
I hope these aren't the Polaroids that his mom was taking while he's dead.
Oh God.
Used him. Let's find
As you
out.
go along, there's you see Polaroids of Tom basically tied to a bed. You can see bruises and marks all over his body. You see Polaroids of him getting raped by his foster father.
His family deserves what they got.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I'm not sorry they're gone.
As
This
you
sick
go along,
shit.
you see just photos of Tom with fear in his face and tears, and just it gives you a glimpse into this sort of abuse and stuff that Tommy was
Wish
was
he'd
going through.
told us.
Yeah.
No shit. We could have done something. We could have told
As-
someone.
As you get closer to the light and all these things, you realize the ground underneath becomes dirt. You see bits of grass and like the walls are they're not walls, there's trees and everything, and you step out into the light and you realize, you look down and you can see the clearing in the woods next to the lake where you guys used to hang out. But not only that, you're there. Like Michael and Ralph, you guys are setting up the tent by the lakeside, doing all that. Ursula, you and Gabby are sitting there pumping up air mattresses, and Tommy is off to the side and he's collecting up kind of sticks and stuff for the firewood. And Tommy looks up and he looks directly at the four of you. And then in a flash, you guys are, Michael, Ralph, you guys are putting a tent together. Ursula, you and Gabby are pumping up air mattresses. And then Tommy over the side goes, "Hey, who are those people?" And you
What
all look
people?
up to the tree line.
Who?
No one there.
Yeah, quit
What are you
playing
talking
games.
about?
Man, sorry, I thought I saw someone. I was worried it was those older kids again.
No,
man,
no one's out
yeah.
here.
I don't see anybody.
We rode out pretty far
Yeah.
just to
should
get
be
away from
fine.
it all, right?
Oh God, they did a number on me last time. My head's still ringing.
Yeah, I'm sorry I goofed. That dog, I saw a dog almost get hit by a car and it kind of freaked me out. And I've got a dog.
Hey,
I love
Ralph,
dogs.
it's cool,
If I
man.
was
It's okay.
gonna die
Calm
and-
down, Ralphie.
I
Calm
just
down.
miss the kids.
It's
I feel
okay.
bad, man. You got your head bashed in because I fucked up.
Oh, you should see the other guy. I think yeah.
I still can't believe you did that, Tommy. That was
Hey,
that was
that's
something
nasty.
fearsome.
It's what friends do, right?
Yeah.
We're friends, right? We're friends.
What
course
kind of
we are.
question is that? Yeah.
Of course, we're friends.
I don't know. Just sometimes I wonder why cool people like you would want to be friends with a dope like me.
That's cool.
You see us get picked on, right?
Yeah, but why do you guys think, like, why do the other kids pick on us? Like, why do you guys think they pick on us?
We're
'Cause they're-
different.
Jealous of us.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Michael is pretty good looking.
And Ralph is smarter than all of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I'm a princess.
And you're the bravest one, Tommy.
I don't know about that. Gabby's probably the bravest.
She's pretty fierce.
She is
Right,
fierce.
Gabby?
Do we have an inkling that we're adults and what we've all just gone through?
Right. No. So right now, this is after the kids caught up with you, and this is probably the first time you guys have hung out since Tommy got his head bashed in.
Right.
But this is probably the day before he went missing. This was the last time you guys saw Tommy before. Like this
Right.
this is your kids again. Yeah. Sorry, I should have clarified that.
Oh, I thought we were like acting out things as adults, like as kids.
No, you're kids. Yeah, you guys are back in the. This is another flashback back to 1999.
Are we going to go swimming?
Oh,
What
it's a
time is-
great idea.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Did we bring bathing suits? I
I'm
don't.
gonna look away uncomfortably. Girls. Ugh.
I guess we could just wear our underwear. Is it? I'm sorry. Is it warm or is it chilly? Can't hear you.
Excuse me.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my cat literally just jumped up and knocked everything out. Bloody Nova.
It's a cat.
No, Tommy just goes, oh, yeah, I'll probably just wear my t-shirt, probably.
Is it warm or is it chilly?
It's warm. It's warm. It's summer.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you guys don't tell, I'll just wear my underwear. I mean,
I
we
won't
can
tell.
we can dry
All
them
right.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make a fire.
All right. In that case, last one in is the rotten egg.
Well, that's a challenge. I run really
I'm running.
crazy. You got to take off your clothes too. So to do that as you're running.
I just throw it off. Yeah.
Yeah, like that
Yes.
scene from Creep Show, the
Just
raft.
jump in and
Yeah.
jump in and start playing around in the water and splashing each other and stuff. And it's a good day. Again, this is one of those days it was nice to hang out with your friends, and afterwards you guys are all kind of warming up, and Ralph, being the classic Boy Scout that he is, him and Ursula went off to go get firewood and to collect all that stuff. And that's when you guys shared your first kiss and told each other that you liked each other, and you came back and as everyone's warming up by the fire, you guys had your grilled cheese and stuff that you've made on the little fire stove, and sausages and things. And what are you guys going to do when you grow up?
I
I
want
want
to
to be.
Go ahead.
I wanted to be like maybe like an army man or a soldier or a police officer, protect people.
I want to be a
Yeah, you'd be good at
musician.
that. Musician? Yeah, that makes sense.
Play the guitar.
Yeah. What about you, Ursula?
I'm going to get married, and somebody's going to take care of me, and I'm not going to have to worry about anything.
God, he'll be a lucky guy.
Or will be.
You
Or
are
you,
just
Ralphie?
perpetuating the stereotype of women by doing that.
I'm a princess.
Ralphie,
I should be
what are you
treated
gonna
like.
do?
Well, she's nice.
She's a princess. I'd rather be a prince.
Ralphie, what are you going to be when you grow up?
I don't know. Probably do something with computers.
Yeah, I guarantee
Computers are
you're
cool.
going to be like own your own company and have
That
all
would
this
be
money.
nice.
Man, you're gonna be. You guys are gonna do so well, man. You guys
What
are
What
gonna-
about you?
What do you want
Yeah.
to be?
I don't know. I'll never grow up. I'm like Peter friggin' Pan,
You'd
right?
be Peter Pan. Some say
I
that
mean-
Peter Pan's a demon.
No, but think about
I've
it,
heard
guys.
that.
Like seriously, like I don't want to be a downer, but adults suck. Like there's nothing good about being an adult.
Not like we have much choice.
Well, not having to do what people tell you to do.
Mm.
That would
That's
rock.
a big one.
You guys think you'll ever leave this place? Think you'll ever go to the the big city?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, if I'm going to be a
Probably.
musician, I'm going to have to leave this place. Just for the equipment.
Sometimes I think I'll never escape this town.
Well, we've got our whole lives ahead of us where we can escape this town. And I'm not sure that we have to escape it. We can always come back.
We'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
We're going to be friends forever.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stuck, friends forever thing. Like, you can all see that Tommy's starting to get a little bit emotional by this, and he sort of, when he brings his kind of knees up to his chest and kind of, and then it just sort of almost all out crying, just tears rolling down his cheek.
Are you okay?
What are you doing
What's
that
up,
for?
man? You all right?
I'm suffocating, guys, man. Like, sometimes the anger fills me up so much I feel like I'm drowning.
You mad at us?
Place. No. Sometimes I don't know. It just.
You're a foster kid, right? Maybe. Have you been in other foster homes?
A couple, but see, none of them. I never fitted into like the that guy on TV, the one our parents always talk about, the Mr. Rogers guy.
Yeah.
That's a crock of shit. Their families aren't like that. That's not what real people are like.
No, they're really
all
annoying.
those families we see on those TV shows, like the Cunninghams. That's all I ever wanted, but it's not like that.
I don't know. My family's not like that. Anybody
Mine's not
else?
like that.
Not mine.
My dad's a dick.
I think they're all just lies that they tell us on television.
Mm-hmm.
At least your real family wanted you.
Your family doesn't want you? Oh, well.
Foster kid.
Your foster family wants you.
And that kind of
Upsets him.
you see a glimpse of that white hot anger that normally he directs at the other kids, Michael. As you say that, he sort of, it's like he gives, but it's a split second. It's like a white hot glare, and then it kind of goes, and he sort of looks away back over to the lake. And he goes, sorry, guys. I don't know. Part of me just doesn't want things to change. Part of me just wishes we could all just stay here in this clearing and just be kids forever and not have to worry about the shit that happens out there.
Well, we don't have to worry about it right now.
Oh,
Did we bring s'mores?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've got some
Mhm.
marshmallows.
Cool.
I brought some sticks when I was out getting wood, and
So you guys
got some chocolate too.
getting all your pieces together to make your
From the store.
s'mores. And Tommy actually gets up and he takes a sit down next to you, Gabby, and he puts his s'more on the stick. And as he kind of reaches his arm out, you can see that he's wearing the bracelet that you gave him back at the Crow's Nest.
And I
And he
show him
sort
that
of
I've got the ring.
As you do that, he kind of gives you a little bit of a nudge with his shoulder, while the others are sort of not looking and things like that. And Michael put his one's on fire, and he's like, chanting the classic, and then he shoves it in his mouth. Oh no! And all of you laugh, and it's just this really sweet, perfect moment as kids. And then you guys are back in the labyrinth. You're in a small space. You're back in actually it's almost like it's the entrance to the library door back in the Crow's Nest, except you're not in the library. Other stuff's not there. Just directly in front of you is that same door. And on the door, nailed into the front of it, you see this.
Now that looks like Tommy.
So he's nailed to the door. Is he,
It's a Polaroid.
conscious?
It's a picture.
Oh, okay.
Same as last time. Yeah, no, it's a
Twice.
Polaroid. Of,
We keep thinking Polaroids are people.
I'm going to take the claw hammer to get that nail out.
Yeah. So you pull it off, thing, and it's in your hand. And you guys can hear a it's like a faint noise inside. You can hear. Actually, give me all of you. Give me an observed situation.
Wait, is the 0 a 10?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
thank God. I thought I got a 4 first. Observe. Where is it?
10.
The perception.
Holy crap, 20.
Nice.
Rolling hot.
I got a 15. Good.
Does anyone have any questions about this particular thing before I
No.
follow in? Ralph, you're muted.
But I think I feel closer to all of these folks than I ever did before. That was nice, actually.
Cool.
A
So
moment
yeah,
in the sun.
Michael, as you pull that Polaroid off the door, you guys all realize you can hear on the other side of the door. It's like a soft moaning and like an adult male voice begging, "Please stop, leave me alone." And you hear the unmistakable coming from the other side of the door.
Let's get them.
I'll open the door.
Yeah.
Cool. As you guys enter, you see what looks like probably a 11 to 12-year-old's bedroom. In one corner is a small lamp that glows on a table by the bed. The shelves are lined line the walls with games and books and comics. And the lower shelves are covered with broken glass stained with dark red blood. There's a huge teddy bear that you guys remember Tommy won at the carnival. It's mutilated and pierced with several knives that dangles on the end of a hangman's noose. The walls are covered with pictures of lonely and crying children and menacing shadows from the windows, like they're kind of like it's like someone's trying to get in through the windows. You see on the bed Thomas as an adult, very similar to the picture that you saw before. He looks torn and it just madness is burning in his eyes as he sits huddled in the bed, clutching a toy tiger to his chest. You guys can see that there seems to be sort of around the bed, almost like scratched in with crayons. You can see the crayons scattered around. It's like weird symbols and writings. And standing around, kind of almost stopping at where this drawing has been done, are Thomas's foster parents, but they're more akin to what you saw when he hit the car. There's gashes in them and pus and Mr. Donner's sitting there and he's standing there. He's got his belt out and he's whipping it at the thing, and you can see the belt is bouncing off the kind of protective force, and you can see Mrs. Donner standing there and she's got the Polaroid and she's trying to take photos and the bright flash. And you can also see on her hip is a kitchen knife. And it's just like click, click, shh, click, click, shh, as she's taking the photos and as the map's going. As the door opens, Thomas is kind of just hiding away, and then he kind of looks up and he sees you. There's a moment of clarity, and the Donners turn and look at you. Come to daddy. And they both lunge at you.
I'm going for the mom.
Cool.
with my thing. And specifically, I'm going to hit that camera, knock that fucking camera out of her hand.
Awesome.
Smash.
So that is going to give me an engage in combat. So that's going to be a violence roll. I'm assuming everyone's wanting to, unless someone's wanting to do an avoid harm.
I'm following right behind Gabby, and I'm going to hit.
I'm pretty
the mom.
pissed off. I'm charging for the dad.
Hit the
I'm
mom,
going for the.
right
I'm
for
gonna.
dead.
I'm actually gonna throw the claw hammer at the dad first.
Okay. All right. So, give me your lovely rolls.
14.
Oh wow. 13 plus violence is dang, my eyes are bad.
I rolled
14.
a 15.
No wait,
I rolled a 16.
I can't count. I got a 13.
Okay. So we got a 14, a 13. Michael, what'd you get?
16.
16. Gabby?
14.
14. All right, cool. Awesome. Okay. All right. So this is what's going to happen. So Ralph and Michael, you guys going for the dad. Ursula and Gabby, you go for the mother. Gabby. Yes, you come in and with the poker, you sort of swing out and you smash the you clock it perfectly and you smash the Polaroid camera out of Mrs. Donna's hand, and you hear like a snapping noise as her wrist just kind of snaps out of her, and she lets out a scream, and with her other hand she brings up the knife, and because you were sort of coming out, the knife slashes across your arm, and you take you're going to take half a wound of damage from that.
Okay.
Ursula, you come in. Sorry, Gabby, what did you get, a 15 or a 14?
14.
Okay, so yeah.
So the counterattack is
Ursula, you kind of come in as well, and you see that happen to Gabby. What weapon are you using? You've just got the thing. So yeah, you go in and you sort of clock her across the face, and she kind of lets out a scream, but it doesn't really do. It doesn't seem to do any damage to it. Sort of just kind of dazes, like not. It's sort of just she kind of poof, and then comes back and like looks daggers at you and brings up the knife to try, like she's not going to do it in this move, but it looks like she's going to come down and stab you. All right, Michael, you got a 16, correct?
Mm-hmm. I'm throwing the hammer at this guy's head.
Yep. And then Ralph, what did you roll? You got a
13.
13. Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, Michael, you kind of brought the hammer back and you flung it out, and it hits him in the shoulder, and you guys you do hear like a popping, and he grunts and he goes, "That's no way to treat your father." And he sort of with his arm lashes out, and he just misses you, Michael. Like you kind of, it's almost like you came in, but you expect to just like you kind of
weave.
yeah, exact ducking the weave. So you just like you feel like the wind as the belt kind of slings past. Ralph, what were you using to, like, what were your intention to hurt?
Crowbar, just swing it at his torso.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, you come in and you swing down at the torso, and you feel it kind of connect with a rib, and just hear that cracking, and he lets out a howl because he's off balance from where he swung at Michael, and yeah. So as he was swinging, you had to kind of come in with the crowbar, and you had to be quite close to kind of get in there, and he kind of lets out a thing, but the belt hits you across the neck and then wraps itself around, and he yanks you down, and you get slammed down to the ground, and you are going to take give me an act under pressure.
Okay, and I am at unhinged. That has something to do with that, correct?
What are you rolling?
Act under
Act
pressure.
under pressure.
Coolness.
Yeah, no,
Coolness.
that's not
Okay.
that's not affected by that.
Yeah, no, it's just
All right.
standard. Yeah.
All right. Let me see. 16. And that's coolness, you said?
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
17.
Sweet. So you he kind of slams you down, and you're going to take half a point of damage from harm, just from the sheer pressure of being kind of yanked down. He sort of starts to try and choke you with the belt, but you kind of manage to kind of slip loose and push yourself away on your butt to kind of get out of reach of them again.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's like that all happens instantaneously, kind of at the same moment. What do people want to do now? They're still coming at you guys.
So as I'm kind of bobbing and weaving, I'm gonna use the axe in my other hand. It's like an extension of my hand. I'm gonna swing upward towards his crotch.
Okay.
You're thinking exactly what I was thinking.
Weapons and equipments. Okay, awesome.
And then and maybe I can yell to Tommy to pick up the hammer. It's
He's
kind of
tied to
bounced
the
off.
bed.
Oh, he's tied? Okay.
Yeah.
And if Michael's attacking the front, I'll go for the dude's kidneys.
Okay, so he's going to go for the front. You're going to try and get around there.
Someone get
What's Ursula
Tommy.
and Gabby going to do?
Well, let's take care of the monsters before we.
Yeah.
Ursula's kind of a big girl. My intention is to kind of charge the mom and pick her up and run her into the window and possibly through the window and out of it.
Okay. All right. Give me a.
Go ahead.
Give me a combat on that. Yeah, Gabby.
Well, my intention was, since I've got the poker in my hand, the poker's got the hook on it.
Correct.
I was going to try to hook her neck and yank her so that she falls off of balance, falls to the floor.
Yeah, sure. So everyone roll me combat rolls for what they're wanting to do.
Absolute godlike. I rolled a 15.
13.
12.
10 plus the modifier 11. Rolled 11.
Okay. So this is what's going to happen. Wow. Okay. Epic. All right. So I'll start with Ursula and Gabby. So yeah, Gabby, you kind of, the knife comes down, and then you come back and you hook the neck. You're just aiming perfectly. You've done this before, just normally with a guitar, and you slam, you bring it back and you slam it in, and you kind of go to yank down almost at the simultaneous time as Ursula just sort of comes in, ducks under the knife that Mrs. Donna is swinging down, and you just kind of almost like a rugby tackle. You just kind of get in with your shoulder, and as you but you guys almost do this simultaneously. So as Ursula's taking her one way, Gabby's taking her the other, and so it's like she gets pulled down by her head and then up on the other end, and you guys just hear this almighty crack and snap as her neck and head hit the ground at an unnatural angle, and body just goes limp on the ground at your guys' feet. Right. Now this is what did Michael and Ralph get?
I had 11.
I got a 15.
You got an 11 to 15. Okay. That's engaged. Not sure 100% how to play this. Okay, well, we're going to do it this way. All right. You got an 11, Ralph?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. So you come in and you go for the kidneys with the I think it's the
and the use a pry with. So if I connect and it sinks in, I can tear.
You don't have the
chunks out and
crowbar.
pull it out.
You don't have a crowbar. You've got the leg. You
Oh,
gave
okay,
the
I
crowbar
guess
to
we'll have the
Michael.
crowbar.
No, you
Okay, I thought I
gave the
still had
crowbar
it.
to Michael. You had the
No, I gave Michael the hammer.
Yeah, I had the hammer and the axe from Ursula.
Ursula. So there was never any hammer. That was the confusion. There was
Oh,
never
there
a
never was.
hammer.
Okay.
Ursula had a knife. You had a crowbar. and then
Okay.
you gave the crowbar to Michael, and he gave you the chair leg or the table leg.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Um,
All right.
The
So,
with
you
nails
go in-
sticking out of the table leg.
yeah. So yeah, exactly. There's a little bit of nail sticking, I think. So you go
Right.
in, and it kind of digs into his side. And Michael, you were coming down with the axe.
Yeah, I'm actually swinging upward with the axe because I'm
Are
bobbing.
you swinging
away.
upward?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you kind of go up with the axe, and it catches him just under the chin, and there's just a spurt of blood as it sprays out over you. And Ralph, you kind of come in and you get him right in the kidneys, but when you kind of come in close, and he kind of goes up, and he looks like he's all of a sudden it's like a vice-like grips around Ralph, around your wrist, and he pulls you in, got you in closer, so that you're like right up against him, and Michael, you just watch as kind of oof, and he's grabbing him and pull him in, and then he just reaches around Ralph, your jaw, and he gets his other hand, he releases your grip, and he just puts it in your other hand, and he just starts pulling Ralph's jaw apart.
Can I try to
Ralph?
help?
No,
Yeah, I'm
this
screaming.
is happening
Thrashing.
simultaneously as you're. This is all happening as you're taking out a thing. You're going to take 1 point of wound here, Ralph.
Okay,
as,
I'm at 2. I was at 2 plus a half damage. So wow,
So what are you at? How many
3 wounds now, plus
so how
a
many
half
wound points
damage.
you have left?
I don't know how that works.
Hang on, let me find your character sheet 1 second. Sorry, guys. Just make sure.
This is no,
Are you
I
at 3.5?
a box.
So Ralph, so you've taken
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, he's you guys can anyway, Michael, you can see kind of the ripping of the skin along here.
Can Ralph try to avoid harm?
No, because he was doing like that. He chose to do a violence instead of an avoid harm. Basically, long story short, Mr. Donner rolled a 20.
Ow.
Next thing. So even though you'd got a good roll, Michael, it said avoid counterattacks, which I was like, cool, but so I'm like, Ralph didn't. So that's why Ralph got the hit. So that's what happens in this thing. Now, Mrs. Donner's down. Ursula and Gabby, you guys turn, and you guys will see that obviously Mr. Donner has got Ralph in his grip and is pulling his jaw apart. Michael's standing. He just sort of you've just gone up with the axe, and you're sort of standing like that now. What do you guys want to do?
I'm bringing it down.
Bringing it down. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and take the end of the poker and hit the guy in the face.
18.
Cool. Ursula.
Kick him in
I
the
think
nuts.
I'm going to try to kick him just to so that he'll quit torquing
Yep,
on
sure,
Ralph's head.
Yeah. Violence then. Yep.
Oh, wait. Better yet, I'm going to try to help Ralph.
Oh, so you're going to do a help action. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me. You're going to do. You're going to roll. Hang on.
Reflexes.
So it's going to be avoid harm. So you're going to roll to see if you're successful, and then that'll depend on how much plus you give Ralph. Because Ralph, what are you doing? Attacking, or are you going to try and get out of this?
Kind of both. Pulling with my arms and trying to kick him too.
I
He's
got
got me-
16.
He's
so
got
what
me
do I do?
suspended, right?
So,
Yeah.
pardon?
I got 16.
He has me.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
so you're going to get. So whatever you do, you're going to get a +2. But I need to know: are you wanting to get out of his grip, or are you wanting to attack him? Are you wanting?
I want to
fight
get
him
out.
off? So you're avoiding harm. Okay, so you have a +2 to reflexes.
Oh, okay.
Ursula,
Six.
roll me a violence. Michael, roll me a violence.
11.
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
I
Okay.
rolled a 19, a Michael level of badassery.
12, 13,
I'm rolling hot all night.
plus-
I'm taking Gabby's luck.
what is avoid harm under? Oh, okay. +2 again.
Reflexes.
Wow. 14.
Okay, this is what happens. All right, Ursula, you come in and you kick out at Mr. Donner's knee, and you guys hear almighty snap as his knee just kind of snaps and buckles underneath. Michael, you bring that thing down right square, kind of down the forehead. Gabby, you've kind of grabbed Ralph, and you're trying to kind of
Pull him away.
pull him away. Ralph, you're trying to kind of kind of clench the hands that are around your mouth, but it's like in that moment, as Ursula snaps that leg and that thing goes down, it's like the muscles in this guy's body just all go taut, and Ralph's head just snaps in half.
Oh, Ralph.
I'm dead.
So yeah, Ralph's body thuds to the ground as his jaw has been ripped off from his face, and his body is just twitching there. Mr. Donner's same; he's just hit the ground. Everyone, give me a keep it together.
Keep it together.
Mr. Donner rolled an 8 and a 9 in that roll.
Got a 16.
Yeah, I got an 11.
I got a 4.
Uh-oh. Boy, his dog is looking at us like, you killed my master.
Okay, so let's start with Ursula. Yeah, you're going to lose a force stability. This is everything that's kind of happened here, gone on.
That takes me straight to broken.
Yeah, so you see now the image of Ralph you're seeing on the ground is the image from his truth. He completely naked. He's got the hooks in his shoulders and everything. It's like the real, you're seeing how it was. You're already seeing Mr. Donner and Mrs. Donner, how they were when they were murdered. Basically, the room, everything's swirling, and you kind of feel like you have to drop to your knees, and it's like the heavy breathing coming in, and it's just like it's just sort of flashes of everything that's happened in the last couple of hours, and just all that sort of it becomes too much, and just like it's like you're trying to scream, but nothing's coming out of your mouth. Yeah, you're just not sure how to. Just nothing's. You're just begging with all your hope that this is a dream, this is a nightmare, that none of this has happened. Michael, what did you roll?
I rolled an 11.
11. Okay. Yeah, you are going to you're going to lose 1 stability, and this moment you're going to be haunted by this experience.
Okay.
You're never going to get this image. Like I said, you always protected Ralph. You're never going to shake that you couldn't do it. It's weird because you like inflicting pain, you like hurting people, but all of a sudden when it's someone you care about, but then it's almost you make that connection. You kind of make that connection of everyone I've hurt had someone they care about, and I'm making that person feel how I feel now. Yeah. Gabby, what did you roll?
I got a 16.
You got a 16.
I'm thinking about Tommy at the
Yeah.
moment. So I'm going for Tommy to untie the ropes.
Yep. Yeah. So that's pretty much you. Obviously, you're devastated by Ralph and what's happened, but you came here for Tommy. Tommy's been Tommy's been missing for 20 years. You know, whatever. You
Is
know,
this is this young Tommy or
this is old Tommy? This
old
is the Tommy from
Okay.
the picture. Yeah, this is thing. So
I'm hoping that when we all wake up, that everybody will be alive again.
so you guys, you kind of get to here, and the you kind of get to the thing, and you kind of bounce off. The force thing's still there, but kind of Tommy's looking around at what's happened, and he's clutching the tiger, and he kind of he's looking around, and then he locks eyes with you.
Tommy, we're here to rescue you.
And he kind of stands up tentatively and kind of goes to the edge of the thing. Gabby?
Yeah, take my hand. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Everything kind of, it's like these lights, like studio lights, come on, and the walls drop away. And it's like you're in there's a vast metal room. And this is what you guys see emerging out of the shadows. So it's like the face is like a metal riveted kind of dog-like jackal head face. You can see like underneath here there's like burn marks underneath kind of where the jaw piece is, and you can see like a metal riveted glove again burned in further down the arm on the hands, and you can just see blood trailing up behind on the robes as it walks along the floor. And it's kind of walks closer, and Tommy gets to his feet. It's like a moment of clarity. He gets up and he goes and stands, and it gets all of you behind him. He goes, "No, you've taken enough from me. You can't have them. They're not yours." This is your price, Thomas. I saved you from your past parents. My children look after you, raised you as one of their own. This is the last remnants of your happiness, of your goodness lies within these people. They are my right, Thomas. You owe me their souls. You can't have them. They're not yours.
He doesn't owe you anything. Come on, Tommy, let's go.
What do Ursula and Michael, what's your guys in this moment? What do you?
I'm gonna just get this axe out of this thing's skull and kind of step up with Tommy. I got you.
I think I've crawled over to Ralph, and I'm just kind of like holding him.
Okay. And Gabby?
I've got a hold of Tommy. I'm like, we've got to go. Tommy? We've got to go.
Cool.
Tommy
looks to the side, looks at Michael. There's tears in his eyes as he looks at you, Michael. And he says, "I know you've done some horrible things, Michael, but you can be a better person. You see that?" And he kind of gestures to the guy, to the figure. That's what happens when you let the hate and the pain in, Michael. It's not a price you want to pay. Trust me.
Yeah.
And he puts his hand out for you to take.
I take his hand.
And he looks to you, Gabby. He goes, "Gabby, I know Jared made you feel worthless, but you're stronger. You always have been." And he puts his hand out for you to take.
I throw my arms around him.
And Ursula, cutting through this fog and the shadow, you hear Tommy's voice. "Ursula, You didn't ask for anything that happened to you. You've let it consume yourself since then. You need to be stronger. We can help you be strong. That's what Ralph would have wanted. Give me a keep it together roll, Ursula, with a +5.
Right. Is the +5 going to work against the -2 that's already there? Or
Yes. Yeah.
okay. Fuck. 8.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he's sort of Tommy's looking back, and Ursula, you're looking up at him, and you look back down at Ralph, and you just he's giving you this Tommy's giving you this begging look of like, don't give in, Ursula, don't. And then the figure. Thomas, it looks like one of your friends is not strong enough. And the figure sort of steps around the three, you, Thomas, and Michael, and steps around to Ursula, and the figure reaches its hand out to you. Ursula goes,
I'm going to try to reach for Ursula's hand.
okay, yeah, cool. Give me a help action.
Let's see. I don't know how I'm doing it. What am I helping on?
It's going to be it'll be a keep it together roll. So it'll be on your I'm guessing your what's the charisma?
Willpower.
It's influence.
Willpower.
It's yeah, willpower. You're trying to be like, it's like that olive branch.
So I
Can I
got
also
a
do that, or?
16.
Yeah, so it means you get +2, which means Ursula, your 8 becomes a 10. So it's
we can all help.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's enough to sort of Ursula, you're fighting. It's like you just don't. You kind of, there's so much of you that just wants to give up and just like whatever. And it's almost as this creature is coming closer to you, and you could that burnt flesh smell you smelled on the wind. This is what it's coming from. You can tell now this whatever this mask is has been burnt onto this thing's face. And it reaches out. It's enough to snap you out of it, and you see Gabby and Michael reaching out to you, and Tommy is giving this begging look on his face, and you give one last look down at Ralph, reach down, and you kind of close his eyes, and then you leap forward and you reach out, and the moment your hands clasp onto Michael and Gabby's, there's like a flash, and Gabby, Michael, Ursula, you feel damp earth beneath you as you're on the ground, like on your stomachs, and you feel damp earth beneath you. You kind of get to your feet. Behind you is the front door of the crow's nest. Holding one of your hands, Gabby, and holding one of your hands, Michael, is Thomas.
Holy shit.
Wearing what he was wearing. Ursula is holding Michael's hand and Gabby's hand. Because all the wounds you got, they're there. You can feel all the scars, all the marks. And Thomas is just looking at the three of you. You came for me.
We got you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And behind you, you guys hear, you'll turn and look up. And there is Sam. He's wearing his jeans, his leather jacket. The rain stopped. And he's he's kind of leaning against the hood of Michael's car, and he's just got this kind of smirk and this grin on his face as he's clapping. The rain stopped, and there's a cigarette in his mouth, just kind of burning off. Well done. Well done.
Who the fuck are you?
What do you mean, well done? We lost Ralph.
Do we need to go back in the house and look for Ralph?
Oh, Ralph, poor Ralphie. cost of getting little Tommy out of his predicament. Isn't that right, Tommy? And Tommy's just sort of sitting there shaken, looking up. The debt is paid. I got out of there. Ralph, I didn't want Ralph to die, but you have no power over me anymore, Sam. It's over. Your little trick, your plan to make them fight against each other and leave me there, it didn't work. They stood up for me. They came back for me. Yes, you're right, Tommy. They did. Your little protectors came and got you. So you're free. We had a deal. For now. But trusting by what I've seen in all of your little... I'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, fuck off.
But anyway, I must go. I've got a new plaything. Let's see how Ralph likes my company.
We're going to go back and get Ralph now. If
and
Ralph
Tommy
can still be played, if Ralph can still be played with, let's go back.
Tommy stops you, grabs your arm, and he goes, "No, he's not. He's not in there. He's that was my hell. Ralphie's gone. Ralphie's gone.
Who is this guy?" Pointed Sam.
This is... You're going to think I'm crazy. That's Samael. He's
From-
like a... Yeah.
What?
He's like
Let's
the god of vengeance, the angel of vengeance. He sensed me when I was a kid. You know, when we were in the crow's nest, when we were in the house, when I touched the head and that weird thing happened. You remember?
Yeah. The door is all shut.
Before I touched the head, I was picturing my foster parents. I was picturing their heads like that head. And when I touched it, it like, I was thinking of revenge and vengeance for everything they did to me. And it was like a beacon sent out of me. And he heard it. Sam heard it.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get out of the rain.
I've got nowhere to go.
You're staying with
Coming
us.
with us. We're adults now. You can stay with any one of us.
It's one thing being an adult is good for. You can do whatever you want.
Yep, there's the advantage of being an adult. Finally, we answer your question after all these years. And I
So you
think that we
guys,
need to figure out a way to find Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys get in the car. And I'm assuming, Michael, you're driving.
Yeah.
Who wants to Tommy's probably going to get in the back seat.
I'll sit back there with him.
All right, so Ursula,
I'll
you're
sit
gonna
in the
take
front.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you guys drive off. You pull away from the crow's nest. The rain has stopped. You guys drive back into town, and that's the end of our adventure.
Excellent.
Poor Ralph.
Poor
It was
Ralph.
awesome.
That was fun.
So, any questions?
I think we kind of get it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it was really, really interesting. The thing that I picked up on in the first episode was that we were Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, the 4 archangels.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was pretty sure Thomas was Jesus, but I guess not. And then when we saw Sam, my first thought was Samael.
Yeah, and the fallen angel tattoo on his arm.
Yeah. He's one of the big ones.
Oh, yeah.
Olifoth. It was really good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was
Zane.
fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we're all just a little bit sad and disturbed.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Mr. Donner was rolling absolutely stacked. I was like, shit. Yeah, and it was just sort of unfortunate situations of bad rolls and taking damage in previous places and stuff, and it just, yeah.
I was thinking of King Kong where he grabs. It was
Yeah, pretty much.
Grabs
Pretty
this-
much.
Yeah. Our players included Ray Lopez, Alex Sun, Mike Kyle, and myself with Zane Fleming as the keeper of the as the game master. We have I've done that every single time. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio only versions of our shows, free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe for another adventure into the strange and terrifying world of KULT Divinity Lost role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.